Okay, I was hesitant to make this video. I'm sick as a dog right now with stomach flu, but I was an addict for about 7 years. Pills, anything I could get my hands on. I eventually hit rock bottom to the point that I hadn't taken any type of, I hadn't taken a bath or anything in over 2 months. As soon as I woke up, the first thing in my mind was, okay, where am I going to find money for the pills I want? Where am I going to get the pills? I always knew where to get the pills. That was never a problem. It was always money. I ended up emptying a $46,000 bank account. After I hit rock bottom, I started getting help. I've been sober since January 10th, 2010. Along with this, my dad was also an addict. As soon as I got on my treatment, my dad tried it. He ended up passing away February 10th, 2010, 2 days after his birthday, February 8th. 4 years, 4 days after that, my grandfather, the only 2 men in my life I ever loved unconditionally. My father, which is my very best friend, that I'll never be able to have a friendship like that again. But I want to sort of get away from the down stuff. Quads, RC. I actually have my very first RC that I got, other than my FC40 right here. This is my very first. The T-Max. My very, very first was actually a DJI FC40, and I was actually able to fly it like a quad. You could put those in manual mode. They had no gimbal. You'd have to put extra. You could screw with the battery bay and put a 5,000 milliamp hour. I don't even remember. I think they used a 3-cell. Yeah, they used a 3-cell battery, 3S. But now, what has really got me away from pretty much everything is my addiction to these guys. This was my first. I got an Emax Magnum stack for Christmas. So I bought the Martian 2 frame, rotor ride hype train motors, everything to build it, and I built it. I already knew how to solder. My dad was an electronic technician, so he taught me everything he knew. I soaked up every bit of knowledge he would ever give me. And I was afraid to fly this in my neighborhood because I was still new. I knew I was going to crash. So I ended up building my own custom little Baby Hawk. It's all Baby Hawk 3-inch components, but it's on a iFlight IX2 frame, which is a tank of a frame for a 2.5 inch. I have smashed this thing, and you would think that it would break. The only things I have broke on it are standoffs and the top plate. The main frame, which has taken an absolute beating, still holds up. Shortly after I got those two, I needed a set of goggles, and I had a friend that was getting out of FPV. He preferred helicopters. So we did a trade for his Sky Zone Sky O2S's. I know they're far from looking the best. I just made them so they would fit. Now I'm actually using these and Amway Commander V1s. But now I've got the Emax Martian, I call it. This one, my Baby Hawk R, mine, one I built. Diatone GTM3, thanks to uavfutures. I saw how much fun this thing was, how fast it was, and decided I had to have one. A Hawk 5, again, Joshua Bardwell and uavfutures talked me into getting it, saying how great it was. So Hawk 5, which I'm going to put 6-inch arms on. And that's not even close to being it. I wanted to get into whoops. One's actually back in my bedroom. It's the Beta FPV brushless 1S board with the F4 processor. But here's the newbie drone Acrobat V2 with, I know they're 7x16. I think these are the bald eagle sauce motors. So 7x16 motors. Great for acro, sucks for racing. This is the same thing, but it has the non-sauce motors. And you also got the ball sauce motors, that are about the same size. I also have a uavf65. This is the second one I've had. Awesome little guy. I gotta say, the Beta FPV actually flies better because, I mean, it has an F4 processor. I tuned it. I never bothered to tune this. I tuned the Beta FPV F4 brushless 1S flight controller. Used the Beta FPV 19,000 kV 0603 motors. And it just amazes me, since I've gotten into quads, how small brushless motor technology has gotten, or the ability to build them so small. So yeah, I mean, my addiction went from pills and marijuana to, I mean, I've got so many of these things now. I guess my most treasured would be this guy. This was given to me by the same guy that gave me the goggles. This is the Curtis Youngblood Stingray 500. Very fun to fly, but very intimidating to fly. It flies nothing like a your standard quad. It's really weird to fly. Ever since I've moved from Spectrum to Free Sky, I haven't even gotten this radio for this yet. I'm probably just going to get another Spectrum DX6 to fly this, and just to have a Spectrum radio around, because they are good radios for planes and stuff like that. I wouldn't choose Free Sky, I'd choose Spectrum. So, I mean, yeah, you end up, like any addiction, you're going to go from one to another. And my addiction went from something very unhealthy that damaged my body pretty bad to, right now I've got 6 quads, and no, 8, so 3 of them are whoops, but they're still quads, and I've got boxes of parts. I mean, I'm not even close to Stu, because he's just got an insane amount of stuff. I've got antennas. This would be the Mini Magnum, the F3 Mini Magnum flight controller, F3 Mini Magnum ESC. I've got 2 stacks. I have another one around here somewhere. Just this whole pantry is nothing but quad stuff mostly, but I still have all my service vehicles. The only one I've gotten rid of is my HPI Baja 5T. I never really liked it, but I still have the HPI Baja 5 SC 5B, a low-C DBXL that is heavily modified. Yeah, that's about it. So, I mean, all I can really say is, if you have a problem, don't let it rule your life. You can get away from it, especially with how bad the opiate crisis is here in the USA. Get away from those drugs as fast as you can, because they're just going to ruin your life. They did mine. I emptied a $46,000 bank account. I'll never be able to pay back that money for the people who, they knew that I was using money for drugs, so I never stole. But it's not just the drugs, it was also having people that I loved the most die. It's hard, but put the goggles on, strap a pack to your quad and fly. I really wish my dad could see this, because he would love it. He was getting in helicopters as he was getting to his inevitable time. I'll just say he ended up having a heart attack at he was 53. He had just turned 53. 2 days after his birthday, he died. So, don't let this stuff hold you down. It hurts like hell, but do stuff to get your mind off of it. Do stuff that'll help you learn to cope with the pain. The pain will never go. It will never subside. It will. You learn to deal with it. So, just at the end of this video, I'm just going to show everything that I've collected over the years, ever since I've got into the RC hobby. So, we'll start, I guess, up here with my shelves, and then we'll get to everything. But it all started with a DJI FC40, a Hellion Dominus, and a Traxxas T-Max. But there's my HPI Nitro RS4. It needs rebuilt. There's the Nitro Drift. There's a Losi 124th Rally. HPI Racing Nitro Monster King, basically a Nitro Willie King. The, wow, I can't even remember. I never finished this. The Bulldog. It's a drift car. Of course, the awesome Traxxas Jado 3.3. Some more Losi Micros, brushless 124th, SCT, the High Roller, again, brushless mod, Raider XL from Arma, brushless Truggy, again, modded, Traxxas 3.3 Fortec. These are getting to my collectibles now. This is a Menace, Schumacher Menace GTR. It's a European vehicle that was really hard to find in the States. And of course, you got the Hawk 5, the UR65 from UAV, Diatone GTM3, my own Baby Hawk R that I built, which is more of a acro build than a racing build. My very first build. Then we got up here, Nitro 1/5 scale motorcycle. Thunder Tiger made this. I think it's called the FM1. This car has the most significance of anything I have. This is the very first car that I ever remember as a child. My dad had one of the, something very comparable to this. This is a Tamiya F201. It's a four-wheel drive F1 light car. And that's one of the first cars. That and a Tamiya Lamborghini Countach are the first memories I have of RC. This will never leave my hands. I haven't even glued the tires on because it will never see the road. It saw the road twice when I first put the brushless setup in it. Other than that, it sits. More collectibles. Got the Dark Thunder Dragster Nitro. That's a blast. A old frame. That's the Sky Hero Anakin with all aluminum parts, no plastic. The Traxxas Funny Car, which I modded the crap out of electronically to get to, it's actually a speedrunner, not anything else. And of course, got DBXL, 5SC, Kyosho Mad Force, and yeah, over in the corner, fucking cats. Excuse my language. But lots of parts. Also, all the part lots I had bought are back in here. Plenty of nitro fuel, bodies. Another gallon of nitro fuel. This is stuff I use for racing when I used to race. HPI, almost completely new parts everywhere. You can even see where some of the plastic didn't completely come off. HPI RS42 Nitro, belt driven. HPI Super Nitro RS4 with original tires. Those tires are $200 a set. Monitors that I let other people use when I'm flying. Antennas. Extra parts. But yeah, you get the idea. It's a life-consuming... Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. The Little Deuce. I was the first person that took a 3S, 4S capable board and put it on this frame. I actually have a video for this. This is actually only built for a 16 by 16, but I measured and drilled it out to put the Emax Mini Magnum on it to run 3S. The guy is sending me a new frame to actually fit the 20 by 20, but it's thicker. The arms are thicker, and it's just better designed, I guess. And it's going to be running 4S. It's 84 grams all up weight with a Tattoo 3S 450 milliamp hour battery, I believe. One of these. So yeah, as it sits right here, it's extremely light. Yeah, it's a 450 milliamp hour Tattoo 3S, and it flies awesome because it's so light. And when you go to do flips and rolls, it actually gains altitude some. When you go to do a flip and a roll, you don't have to give extra altitude to do it. You don't have to give extra altitude to do flips and rolls, because when you actually do it, it's so light. When the motors spin up real quick to do it, it actually gains altitude. So that's my story of how FPV and RCs have saved me. I was at rock bottom. I had people I love the most die. Still going. Here got the stomach flu at the moment, but still moving through. Thanks for watching.